stay positive about life. Take safe, natural Movana every day, and life stays in perspective and within your control. New Movana. Keep life in perspective.
The Arm & Hammer Challenge. How's your cat litter work?
The odor clumps break apart.
And the smell is left behind.
Let's compare it to Super Scoop.
With our brand, the odor clumps are breaking up.
The Arm & Hammer odor clumps all in one piece. It's amazing.
It would cut down on the smell.
Try the Super way to scoop odor away.
No matter where you're going or what you're doing, the weather can affect you. This winter, rely on the experts. Nobody knows weather like we do. Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
You faced rain on your commute across the George Washington Bridge into New York City this morning. Much of the Northeast is seeing light rain today, with freezing rain reported in colder locations of upstate New York and northern New England. Good morning and welcome to Weather Center, sponsored by 1010-220. I'm Heather Tesh.
And I'm Marshall Cease. Spotty rain and some snow showers also are affecting parts of the Midwest this morning. And that means snow in the Midwest in some cases. Meanwhile, in the West, you're seeing windy, wet weather in Seattle this morning. You're also seeing rain in Chicago this morning, and you could see a few snow flurries later. Miami will be mostly cloudy today with highs near 80 degrees, while Boston is seeing some rain now. And with more details on the Northeast and the Midwest, here's Heather.
Thank you, Marshall. And we have some cold air in place in the Northeast, and we have some warmer air riding up over that. And that's why we're seeing some areas of some freezing precipitation this morning. Now, most of the warmer areas like New York, Philadelphia, D.C., you don't have to worry about any freezing rain, but you are getting some rain, and that too will slow you down. It's further to the north in upstate New York, in the north, where we're seeing some areas of some freezing rain. We're also seeing a little bit of that activity in Massachusetts too. So areas that are west of Boston right now, we have some reports of seeing some of that freezing precipitation. Glens Falls, New York, you have some freezing rain. If you're going to be traveling on I-90, possibly in areas on around 87, some of the roadways throughout Vermont and New Hampshire as we progress through the day. Later on, eventually into Maine as well. We will have some problems there on the roadways. Just take it slow. Give yourself a little bit of extra time. Again, some of the major cities out there, New York, you'll be okay with freezing precipitation, but you're still wet, and you're going to continue to be wet for a little while. So if you're heading out over the next couple of hours, just take it slow. Give yourself some extra time and grab that umbrella. Philadelphia, too, you're also seeing some of that rainfall as well. Dover seeing some of the rainfall. Albany, earlier in Albany, we had some reports of some freezing rain, but that has changed over to rain as we see the system shifting a little bit further over to the northeast, again, moving into Vermont and eventually into New Hampshire and also into Maine, and we're also seeing some of that activity right now in Massachusetts as well. So just take it slow if you run into some of that. Some spotty activity you can see throughout areas in western New York, and then as we look a little bit further down into Pennsylvania, Williamsport, you're doing okay right now, staying dry. Temperatures in the Midwest Right now, Minneapolis here at 24. Green Bay, the temperature is 35. Earlier, some freezing rain in Green Bay. That switched back and forth a little bit between some freezing rain and some snow. And we will see some snow further to the north, and we will see some rain further to the south. Once this cold front moves through Chicago while you're starting out with some rain, you may see a brief change over to some light snow. Not a real big deal. Again, we're seeing some areas in Wisconsin of both some freezing rain and some snow as well. Further down to the south, Milwaukee, it is in the form of some rainfall. And also in Chicago, we are seeing some rain. So give yourself a little extra time during that commute. And then as we look a little further over into Indianapolis, we're seeing some spotty activity. You may see some of those showers moving in quickly over the next hour or so, and just real spotty activity throughout Columbus and through Dayton. So you may see some of that even into Cincinnati as well. So take it slow as you're out there. We've got a few more areas to talk about, and Marshall's going to cover that for you. Marshall?
Thanks, Heather. Except for showers along the Gulf and in Florida, your weather will be dry and a lot warmer in the south today than it was yesterday. But in the Pacific Northwest, rain, gusty winds, and mountain snow are going to continue. You can see from the satellite picture with that onshore flow in the Pacific Northwest again today. And with that, we're getting pasted with a lot of rain around Seattle. Southward out of Seattle along Interstate 5, for example, it's going to be a pretty rainy drive of it today. And snow heads over the Cascades. Snow levels down to about 4,000 feet. Above 4,000 feet, winter storm advisories have been issued. And to the south further, the rain will spread, but it ought to stop just about at the California border, where it's very light and spotty. North Bend, Oregon, not reporting any rain right now, but Portland is. Over toward the Dalles and Interstate 5 northward is going to be wet this morning. Quileuta's picked up almost 4 inches of rain as of 4 o'clock this morning. Astoria almost 2, and even Seattle's picked up just about a ½ an inch. We have a front that's moving onshore, sitting just off the coast now. It's going to be pretty windy in the Pacific Northwest today. We'll see winds gusting at times to over 40 to 50 miles per hour, especially at the coastal headlands. And down around Tillamook earlier today, we had some wind gusts to 60 miles per hour. Over toward the mountains of Idaho and over into eastern Washington and eastern Oregon, we've got snow falling too. Out in the blues of Oregon, down toward Meacham and Burns, snow is flying. And this high pressure that's building over the Great Basin is bringing a Santa Ana condition to Southern California. It's going to warm us up in Santa Ana, and also going to cause some breezy conditions, although we don't think that it's going to be a very strong Santa Ana event. There is some fog out in the Sacramento Valley this morning. Temperatures have been quite cool under this high pressure. 41 at San Francisco this morning, and a record low at Oakland downtown, 38 chilly degrees. Well, it was
Cough and upset stomach.